I really didn't think that this was going to happen during the soft launch for Pokemon Pocket, but 2 sets of cards have been data mined for Pokemon Pocket. I don't just mean set 2 as in the next big set we're going to get. There is another set that has also been data mined. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to refer to 2 different sets. One, we're going to be talking about Miniset. This is a smaller set of cards, and set 2, which is another set of cards that's been data mined. Now, to be clear, none of the effects of these cards or the Pokemon or anything like that have been data mined. However, the dates for these sets have been data mined, which we'll get to in just a second. But first, let's talk a little bit about what these sets actually are. Let's first talk about the Miniset. Now, when I say Miniset, you might think about all of the leaked data mined cards that we talked about earlier on in the month. I'll quickly show some of those to you on screen in case you haven't seen them before. These are data mined cards. I have another video on that if you want to go check them out. These are Promo-A cards. These are not a part of the upcoming Miniset, at least as far as the data miners can tell. Speaking of which, I just want to give some credit. And truth be told, I've never actually tried to pronounce this person's name out loud, but just to give credit to the person who did a lot of this investigative work, Sanka, who is the person behind Snap.fan and an upcoming Pokemon Pocket website that I'm really excited about. They did the data mining and discovered that these 2 sets existed. Again, the mini set and the second set of cards, set 2. Now, we don't have any spicy information like how many cards are in these sets or what they do or anything like that or any new mechanics. The spiciest bit of information we have right now is that the mini set will be coming on December 16th. That'll be about a month and a half after everybody gets their hands on the game globally. Once the game is gone live on October 30th, it'll be about a month and a half, and then we'll get the first mini set of the game. There's no telling how big a mini set is. If you were asking me to guess, I'm going to say somewhere between 20 and 50 cards. And the next big set, set 2, kind of like Genetic Apex Part 2, that'll be releasing on January 29th. So it is quite a big wait until we get set 2, but we are getting more cards before January 29th. So we've got about a month and a half to wait until we get our first mini set of cards. And then just about a month and a half after that, we'll have our first full set of new cards. Now, before we continue, I just want to say that keep all of this in mind with a grain of salt. As far as I can tell, this is just information scraped from the game files. This could be outdated information. Maybe they'll change these dates around. Maybe they'll see a very large number of players integrating with the game faster than they expected. Maybe they want to push some of those release dates up, you know, maybe push them back even further. I don't know. Maybe add in a little bit of content here and there between those releases. We do know that, of course, there's promo cards that are coming through missions and wonder picks and stuff like that that are separate from new sets of cards. So there's definitely plenty of room for them to add more content as they see fit, and there's definitely room for them to move those dates around. But as far as we can tell from data mine files, those are the 2 dates to look out for. December 16th for the mini set and January 29th for set 2. And you might have noticed that in all of Genetic Apex, there is not a single Generation 2 Pokemon. I've been speculating for some time that Generation 2 would be the theme of set 2 to kind of fill in the gaps of the missing Gen 2 Pokemon. But if there's a mini set that kind of acts as like an addition to Genetic Apex, well then I could totally see a world where we get like, you know, somewhere in that range that we talked about, 20 to 50 cards that have that kind of Generation 2 theme without giving us a full set 2 of Generation 2, which would be a bit disappointing to me. I would love like a Genetic Apex sized set of just for Generation 2. Not just for Generation 2, but like just for Generation 2 in the same way that Genetic Apex is just for Generation 1. Genetic Apex, of course, has all Generation 1 Pokemon in it. I would love a major set of cards, like again, a set 2 or a set 3 or whatever, with the entirety of Generation 2 being included. I actually hope that's the main thematic they go for all of the major sets. Not all of the major sets, of course, but like the first 10 major sets, right? The second one would be Gen 2, the third one would be Gen 3, etc., counting up like that until, of course, we get to Generation 10. I imagine they would do a Generation 10 theme when Generation 10 comes out, but you know what I mean. I want one big major set with each of the generations. I think that'd be really cool. As for the upcoming mini set, I have no idea what the theme could be. Yeah, I just don't know what they're going to lean into. They have a few different directions they could take. Maybe they expand on Kanto further and just kind of keep it as like an expansion of Genetic Apex before they move into like the big set. or maybe they deviate a little bit and give us a sneak peek of the next set by giving us some more Generation 2, some Generation 3 Pokemon. Maybe we get some more Steel and Dark types, because obviously Steel and Dark are both kind of lacking compared to the rest of the colors on the roster right now. Maybe they start pulling from Scarlet and Violet, the more recent games with the mini set. Man, I don't know. I'm just so excited about this new content coming to the game. I hope you are as well. Let me know what you're looking forward to in set 2 and the upcoming mini set, and perhaps I'll do a dedicated video talking about those in more detail. Thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.